Leos, and welcome to your new moon in Aquarius reading. So I have linked the new moon pick a pile that I did earlier this week. The new moon was on February the 11th, and I did a pick a pile reading for that. And it will be linked at the end of this video, but I wanted to do a new moon surprise video for each one of the zodiac signs. So that's what we're going to be working on today. We are just going to shuffle these cards, and then I'm going to pull out the energies here, and then we're going to get started. So this is for Leo's sun, moon, rising, Venus, maybe wherever, maybe you just have a lot of Leo in your chart. Keep in mind that readings will not resonate with everyone, so take what fits and leave what doesn't. Leos, the new moon surprise. So this is a new moon in Aquarius. In that pick a pile reading, I talked quite a bit about the energies to expect within this new moon in Aquarius. There's a lot of other things happening, so yeah, keep that in mind. Now for the new moon surprise, we have the King of Earth, Five of Wands, Queen of Water. Interesting. What could be challenging this surprise? We have the Two of Wands, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Emperor. Beautiful. What is supporting this? We have the Three of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Strength card, yourself. And what is changing within this new moon cycle? We have Patience, we have Six of Cups, we have Justice. Okay, current energy here for the Leos is the Page of Cups, the Tower, and the Ace of Cups. Oh, wow, Leos. Okay, you know, I do feel like you guys are really embracing your own inner strength here, really coming to find who Leo is, especially within this new moon cycle. For current energy with this Page of Cups, I feel like there's some sort of new opportunity, some sort of new love, new beginning of emotional fulfillment here. The Tower, I mean, that's some sort of destruction, some sort of structure that has come down within your life, something that needed to come down. It certainly isn't a structure that was meant to stand. If you know, if a structure comes crumbling, it's because it was tested by life, tested by the universe, and found wanting. Structures that are strong and structures that stand, they won't come crumbling down. So the Ace of Cups here, this is a new gift, again, a new opportunity from Spirit. I feel, Leos, like where you're really standing is that something has shifted. There has been some sort of dynamic that has changed within your life, and you're in a very new energy space, you know, again, whether that is to do with romance or work, whatever that case may be. Keep in mind, cups are about emotions, so place that where it fits. Now, what is coming in for this new moon surprise? I love it, because we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Five of Wands, and we have the Queen of Cups. So the King of Pentacles energy is all about making tangible steps, acknowledging the direction in which you want to walk, and then being determined to take the steps that are going to go in that forward movement. Now let's clarify some of these. So with the King of Pentacles, we have the Temperance, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Five of Wands gets the Magician, the Three of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Cups gets the Star, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. Wow. Okay, so this King of Pentacles energy, I really feel like this is where you're finding this, I feel like this King of Pentacles energy is where you are really grounding yourself, okay? The earth energies are very grounding, very nurturing, yeah, just very connected. And I feel that's what's really beginning with inside you, you know, especially with the Temperance energy here and then the Nine of Pentacles, because to me, I feel like this is where you're finding the balance with inside of self. And the Nine of Pentacles energy is finding self-fulfillment. It's finding wholeness. It's also the energy of self-accountability, right? Where you are accountable for the energies in which you are putting out. You're accountable for the energies in which you are even allowing to come into your life. I do find like there is this balance within inside of self right now, definitely between the masculine self and the divine feminine self. I feel like this is just really, this King of Pentacles energy to me and this new moon surprises is where you're getting this sense of new beginning with inside of self, getting this sense of balance, getting this sense of peace with inside of self, Leos. Especially here with this Page of Swords energy, I do feel like this is very much, you're kind of in the observer stage, you know, learning the new processes, learning, you know, learning that new, even maybe where you're learning what it is that is going to fulfill you, what it is that your fulfillment personally needs, right? What balance looks like in your world. Now, this Five of Fire, so this is the Five of Wands, and Five of Wands is oftentimes about confliction, okay? It's about forward movement, it's about growth, but it's about conflicting growth. And anybody who has been through any sort of growth knows that growth is not easy. Growth is conflicting, okay? Growth is uncomfortable, and that is the energy of this Five of Wands. But it is supported here by the Magician, the Three of Cups, and your Divine Feminine energy, the Queen of Wands. And what is supporting this growth here is the power within inside of self. It certainly can be supported by soul tribes, friendships, emotional connections. And again, the Three of Cups is very, like, that's a very spiritual kind of connection. That's something that's some sort of connection. It doesn't have to be romantic by any means. It can be soul tribes, it can be friends, it can be family, but it's support that's really supporting you on a very true emotional level, okay? Something that's not just surface level, but something that is a very true kind of support. And I do feel like through this growth here, what you are finding is those, not only that power within self, not only that fire within inside of self, but those connections that inspire and connect you to both that inner power and that inner manifestation energy, right? I do feel like there is just growth within inside of you, Leos, and what is coming within this new moon surprise, I feel, is how the power within inside of self. I feel like what is really coming in within this new moon surprise is how you are opening yourself up to embrace this new energy of like leveling yourself up within your own personal growth. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Water was also here. And here that is that Divine Feminine energy, very High Priestess, very intuitive, very connected to her emotions, goes beneath the surface level, right? This is not just surface level emotions. These are very in-depth, true kind of emotions that come from this Queen of Water. And the Star, the Hierophant, and the Lovers, you see, as far as this, I feel like there's answered prayers coming in here, and there's some sort of divine higher road. I feel like there's answered prayers that come in. Again, it could have to do with some sort of romantic relationship, but it certainly doesn't have to just be romantic love that this is talking about, okay? This can just be that healing and that kind of that, like those answered prayers to like, okay, this is the higher road in which you're going to be walking on. I feel like it's that the answered prayers to just like that higher kind of life, that higher kind of vibration of self here, and especially when like the Lovers is talking about duality, but it is also talking about the blending of our own wholesome energy, right? It is talking about how we as one are, how our energies are, because we are, as I say oftentimes in my reading, we are both masculine and divine feminine. So I do feel like a lot of that, this energy that's coming in with this new moon surprise, there is this wholesome kind of connection of self. I feel like there's this very balanced energy within inside of self. What is challenging, or what could be challenging with this surprise, was the Two of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Emperor. And I feel like what could be challenging you here is the direction in which you need to go. There's some sort of liberation, some sort of embracing your own power, embracing your own strength here, Leos, that I do feel could be very, very challenging. The Two of Wands energy is about looking at the roads before you and choosing to make the higher road. The Six of Wands is where you liberate yourself and acknowledge the growth, the higher road, and what it's going to take to walk those roads, especially with that Emperor behind there, because that's like being assertive, being sure, this is the decisions that I'm making. This is the higher road that I'm walking. These are the higher vibrations and the energy in which I'm putting out, right? Because that Emperor energy is very accountable for the things that Emperor does. And we all must be an emperor within our own lives. If we are not the emperors of our lives, somebody else will be. And that is not how that goes. I feel like the challenge here can definitely be where you are having to choose between the two roads before you. And one could be very intimidating simply because you are going to have to level yourself up and stand ground maybe more than you've wanted to in the past, or maybe more than you have in the past. Maybe it's not even necessarily that you didn't want to stand up more, but it's just more than what you have stood up for in the past. I feel like this is just really the choice within inside of self, right? And just being very crystal clear on, okay, this is who I am going forward. These are the directions in which I am walking going forward. Now, what is supporting you? We have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Strength, yourself. My light just went out, and I'm not really sure why my light went out, but it sure did. I wonder if I lost Hydra there. Nope, I don't really know what happened. Okay, anyway, the light is out. So, what is supporting you here with this Three of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Strength? This Three of Swords is, I mean, that's heartbreak. You know, I feel like there's positive change. There's inner strength that's coming from this heartbreak of the past. Something has really kept you stuck. And it's interesting because I literally just did the Cancer reading, and this Eight of Wands came out, actually the Three of Swords and the Eight of Wands came out in the support. Now it came out with, I don't know what was behind it, but it wasn't the Strength card. But what I do feel like is supporting you here is where you are releasing yourself from the heartache. I feel like this has a lot to, this Eight of Wands, that's a positive influence from Spirit. And I feel like what's really shifting and changing here, Leo, is there's a lot of energy in Aquarius. Okay, there is a lot happening in Aquarius right now, and I feel like that could be some of where this positive change is coming from. Let's see though what this Three of Swords is. How is this Three of Swords supporting the Leos here? The Five of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, because you see, the Three of Swords is where there's been heartache, there's been, you know, there's been pain. You know, maybe there's been some backstabbing, whatever the case may be, relationships have broken up, whatever. There's been emotional sadness though, okay? Absolutely. There has been some sort of emotional baggage and some sort of emotional pain, Leos, that you have carried. And see this Five of Cups, you can see that she's actually releasing that kind of sadness. She's releasing herself from that kind of energy. And then she's embracing, you know, she acknowledges, okay, there's work to be done here, especially with this Eight of Pentacles. It's acknowledging that, you know, and being determined to put the work in here, especially with this Ace, oh, sorry, the Ace of Wands was in between that Five of Cups, because this is a new beginning, right? As you heal yourself, as you release yourself here from the burdens and the suffering, you can see right behind her, see that cup? There's another cup there. Spirit is still offering new beginnings. This Ace of Wands. Spirit is still offering a new passion. And actually, what's interesting, I'd seen this a couple of weeks ago when I was looking at this card, because Ace of Wands are gifts from Spirit. It's a light, a fire that comes, you know, from Spirit, from the divine. And it's almost like her third eye here is on fire. And yet, doesn't it look like she's almost shedding a tear? Because as much as this new beginning's happening, I feel like there is still that, okay, that releasing of what has been. You know, it's embracing, yes, this is the new beginning before me. And it's okay to have emotions of the things that you are releasing, the things that you are letting go. But it's acknowledging that there's work to be done. You know, you have done a lot of growth within your life. You can heal yourself, you can move forward. This energy of the Three of Swords is not where you need to stay. You are not a victim to the suffering of the past. Now, let's clarify this Eight of Wands here for you, Leos. Six of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Chariot. Yeah, you see, because what releases you here, this Eight of Wands is about positive change. It's about healing. It's about going forward in new directions. And the Six of Cups here is about reflection. Okay, it's about acknowledging and being reflective of your emotions, the growth that you have done, all the things that you have gone through. It's acknowledging that cups that got spilled, opportunities that were lost, they weren't for you. You know, and sometimes that is what comes, especially with this, when we're able to do this Six of Cups reflection kind of work. You know, we can acknowledge that, okay, those cups weren't for us. There's a cup here that Spirit is still offering, and that is the cup in which we must open ourselves up to, the cup in which we must take, the direction in which we must move. Because the Eight of Wands is about forward movement. It is about change. When the Chariot is here to clarify that, it's saying, okay, you have the power to change this, Leo. So in which direction are you going to walk? In which level are you doing this healing? Are you still going to be stuck looking at cups that got spilled? Are you opening yourself up here to Spirit? Are you releasing yourself? Are you embracing this inner strength of self? Because this isn't about a big bronze strength. It's not about, you know, being the biggest, strongest one on the block. This is about being the biggest, strongest one within your soul. The biggest, bravest being within you. For you. You know, we go to the gym, we work out, we get our muscles, you want to live a healthy life, you're going to do all those things to have that healthy life. But that includes faith. That includes the strength within inside of self. If you want that kind of full, healthy strength within inside of self, you got to be prepared to work out that faith. You got to be prepared to put in the steps to live that healthy kind of faithful life, right? You got to live that kind of, you got to be prepared just to, how do I say that? Well, that's one way to say it. So the strength was clarified by the Emperor, the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles, because you got to be prepared in order to embrace this strength within inside of self, to really allow this support. There has to be something. You gotta walk away from something here. Again, it's stepping into your own Emperor power. Again, it's stepping into, and that's not egotistic led, okay? It is soul led, but it's about being connected to who you are, acknowledging what you need, being accountable for the steps that you take, but also being accountable, for the energy in which you allow back into your life. It's being very accountable for your energy all the way around and how that influences your life. The Ten of Swords, you got to walk away from something here. It can be patterns. It can just be old, again, the old towers, old old structures of the past that just aren't going to serve you. In order to embrace a new opportunity, I feel, of your own inner strength, you're going to have to cut the bullshit of the past. You have to free yourself from this heartache of the past. Align your chariot to the direction, Leo, in which you want to go. What is changing within this moon cycle? I loved it. We had the Patience, the Six of Cups again, and the Justice. And there's that Six of Cups energy. Here's that reflection. Here's that, emotional healing. It's like where you're acknowledging all of the parts that have come from the past, and then how that looks going forward, how that's going to reflect in your life going forward. What does that healed kind of energy look like? And the energy of patience is also the energy of presence, right? Being present in the moment. It's the Temperance energy, but it is the energy of really embracing where you are at presently, right? It's acknowledging and finding out that balance. It's very much this, it's the Temperance, so that's one of the same cards, but it's finding that balance, finding that flexibility, finding that finding the peace to be present, I think, is a big one here. Yeah. Wow. Okay. You see, here you are in this Temperance energy, and it's clarified by the Nine of Wands, because you've come through these cycles, Leo. You have overcome the planes of hard times. It's like that, it's almost like this wounded warrior, right? Where you're exhausted. You've gone through the plains, you've walked through Jurassic Park, you've done this growth, and you're in this energy of temperance. You're in this energy of patience, because you are being asked to be present in the moment, so that God's speed, the stars can align, things can happen, the next part of your journey can come to be. But it's acknowledging that, okay, you have completed the cycles. Now embrace this present moment, embrace where you are at. The Six of Cups, look at that. The reason this reflection is so important here for you is because you're going forward on this new journey of self. You're holding yourself to this higher vibration, holding yourself to this higher road, choosing to walk a higher path. I feel like within inside you, Leo, there is just this great strength of self-accountability that comes, and it's acknowledging the path in which you are wanting to walk. As that challenging energy, remember the Two of Wands was here, picking the new path. But what's changing within this moon cycle is that Three of Wands, you choose the path. You choose the path of higher roads. You do the reflection, you do the healing work, and then you acknowledge, okay, I'm going to take this step. This is the direction in which I want to walk. This is the direction of healing, and that is the direction in which I want to go. Because look, Justice. You want to free yourself from this Eight of Swords energy. And in a lot of your recent past readings, Leos, the Eight of Swords has been a very big energy for you, because it's the energy of feeling trapped, limited, stuck, okay? Victim to bad circumstances, victim to shitty life circumstances, right? And that's not you. You are simply looking at this reflection and of fear, right? When you can acknowledge and bring justice here and liberate yourself, acknowledge that you are not a victim of bad circumstances. You can choose the road. You can choose to walk the higher road. You can choose to walk the changed path. You can choose to walk that journey of authenticity. That is your choice, Leo. That is your, and we all must choose our own divine paths. We all must choose what is going to trap us and what is going to free us, Beautiful energies. Wow. like Leo, it's so interesting because I was kind of curious. New moon surprise was that just kept coming out in my head again and again and again. No, new moon surprise, new moon surprise, new moon surprise. And it's beautiful because these new moon surprises to me they're all about this massive growth. I feel like it's, what is surprising a lot of these zodiac signs is the transformation inside of your own energy and acknowledging that, okay, well, when I release this or when I connect this dot, how much actually is changing within my world. And I think that is what is that surprising energy of this new moon. It's that clarification of self. So from the Untethered Soul Oracle, let's get a untethered message here for the Leos. We have, you must go through the darkest night in order to get to the infinite light. What we call darkness is really the blockage of light. Absolutely. And come to know the one who watches the voice, and you will come to know one of the greatest mysteries of creation. Leo, that was a beautiful reading. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up as my channel is just growing and I appreciate all of the support, all of the likes that you guys can give. Also, if you are interested in winning a free reading, at the end of every month I will be drawing names from all of those who commented either yellow hearts or sunflowers in the comment box on any of the videos you watched throughout the month of February. At the end of the month, I will be putting each of those comments into a draw, and I will be picking one lucky winner for a monthly free reading. All right, Leos, until next time, take great care of your beautiful soul. Bye now.